no they keep person. No they use a lot of work about the people. Allah is crazy, no they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, no they keep person. Salam alaikum, alaikum wassalami. Salam alaikum, say na peace now we want. But no be Muslim, it's not a Christian. And we are there for Bible, make we kill ourselves. Salam alaikum, alaikum wassalami. Salam alaikum, say na peace now we want. But no be Christian, it's not a Muslim. And we are there for Quran, make we bomb ourselves. They come from Shah, they want some with terrorists. From Niger, they want on with terrorists. Every day by day, them are bombing our schools, killing our youth. Say we know they happy. No, they use Allah, what to gotta keep people. Allah is crazy, no, they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, no, they keep person. No, they use Allah, what to gotta keep people. Allah is crazy, oh, the key person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, oh, the key person. Prophet Muhammad is the road to Allah. Prophet Muhammad no they give for Allah. In the preach peace to the unbelievers. Change your ways and turn to Allah. Prophet Muhammad is the road to Allah. Prophet Muhammad no they give for Allah. In the preach peace to the unbelievers. They can change our ways and turn to Allah. The wages of sin, say my brother and I said. Jesus say my sister and them. Eventually repent and have a channel life. Make you feel back at one guest now we know they happy. No they use Allah walk about the key people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person. No they use Allah walk about the key people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person. No they use Allah walk about the key people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person. No they use Allah walk about the key people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, oh they keep person.
Okay. Happy New Year to everyone. My name is Temitope Oloro. I'm a preventive terrorism consultant, author, and president of African Security Forum. Let me say welcome to 2022. It's a great honor and privilege to have you here now. If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. We're going live. This is the first time in 2022. I will be looking at issues with relation to Africa and Nigeria in particular. Nigeria in particular for today, because we know a lot of things have been happening in Nigeria. I've been out, I've been offline for about roughly 3 months now for genuine reasons, which I'll be sharing with you later. But I know it's good to see you alive, and thank you so much. I could see we have people watching me now live, and I just want to thank you. But I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go to the comment page and just send me messages. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much, Sister Bilikisu. Thank you so much, my brother, my big brother, Mr. John. Thank you so much, Arewa. Yeah, I know you're watching all the way from Abuja. Thank you so much. But I could see people watching me all the way in the United Kingdom, also from Saudi Arabia. This is brilliant. So we're going to be talking about what is happening in Nigeria, and I would like to give you my own political prophecy or security prophecy, if I want to say that. It's going to actually be a good year because, as you know, we're moving towards 2023. And I said it's going to be a good year because some of the things I'm going to say will sound impossible. Literally, to sound impossible. But believe you me, if you understand Nigerian politics and security dynamics, you would more or less say, oh, Temitope said so. So I want us to do. Thank you so much. I have Fatima watching us all the way from France. Bozu, thank you so much for watching. I actually want to talk about Nigeria in particular today, and we'll be talking about other countries, other African countries as we go along. I've got very good packages throughout this year. We'll be doing this every Saturday, actually. Saturday, 5 p.m. So please, note it down in your diary. 5 p.m. on Saturday, we'll be doing this. But actually, I want us to reflect back on 2021. And I'll play one or two videos, make some few comments, and I'd like you to actually ask me a question. Ask me questions about security, because that's my field. I don't talk about politics that much, but today I will reference one or two political issues and how politics joins into security issue and how it's creating problem. Because we in the diaspora, like Fatima all the way from France, my brother Mr. John all the way from London, and my sister there in Nigeria, we are all concerned about security in Nigeria. Most of us who might have investment in Nigeria cannot even go home to go and check our investment. And that's because some of our leaders, our broken leaders, as I call them, have not put in place the appropriate security measures. They're playing lip service with security because they've got the security, but we, the ordinary people, don't have the security. And if we want to have the kind of security they have, we need to cut off a lot of money to be able to have the kind of security they have. People can't even go to farm. That's why food is skyrocketing. I'm hoping that one day some of the journalists will ask some of our leaders, like we do here in the UK, and I know Mr. Bilikisu and Mr. John can testify to that. Even my sister in France, they could testify to that. That who asks you how much is the loaf of bread? Because if we're telling you when you came in in 2015 and then 2019, thank you so much, Olajumoke, thank you so much for watching. When you came in 2015, loaf of bread was certain amount of money. Because if you don't ask them these kind of questions, they can't actually proactively do something about it. And that's the reason why we need to say, Mr. President, how much was the loaf of bread when you were coming in 2015? How much is the loaf of bread now? And then you say, oh yes, I've invested a lot. Okay, but if you've invested a lot, why is the price of wheat so high that price of bread has skyrocketed? That bread, which is meant to be a poor man's food, they call it mekunu food, common man food, is now a food that even a poor man cannot eat it. In those days in Nigeria, if you have 100 naira, you can eat and your tummy will be full. But now you dare not try it. 100 naira can't really, and the dogs in Asu Rock, as I've always said, are eating more than that. Yet pensioners are dying on the street because they will not even give them their 30,000 naira, allowance. Great nation, great people. If we have to move, we as a people have to come together and say enough is enough. The way Nigerians are dying on the street of Nigeria is not called for. It should not be happening. In this modern day, every Nigerian should be able to go to bed with their tummy full. But we know that extreme poverty, there are more than 100 million Nigerians in extreme poverty. Now, if you don't understand what it means, to be in extreme poverty means that you've not even eaten at all. You can't even get food to eat. Yeah, even scraping food to eat. Now, imagine a whole country like the United Kingdom, which is 70 million plus. Now, add another 30 million on top of it, makes it 100 million. And that country, when they switch off the light at night from 9 p.m. at night, nobody is going to bed with food in their stomach. If that happens in the United Kingdom, the whole country will go upside down. Yet it's happening in Nigeria, and our leaders yet are still going to parties. I would be so ashamed as a leader that I would not even allow Nigerian flag to go up. I would declare a day of mourning. Even as they say in the Bible time, pour ashes on my body and say, no, we need to go on strike. Yet they are eating big chicken in all these government houses, and yet people are going into extreme poverty. And there are very little interventions that you can do. During the pandemic, a lot of people in the United Kingdom will testify to the fact that during the pandemic, they were bringing food to the houses. They were dropping food in the houses. In your door, they will knock at your door and put food there. They will drop food there. And I know a lot of good Nigerians were doing similar work. But it got to the point where even the food that the government was buying, they were ordering it. And some people wanted to use them to distribute it during their birthday when it's not their father's money. Please, if you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to tell your friends that we're live and we're actually discussing Nigeria issue. And I'll be picking one after the other. Let me play this video because I believe this video would help to illustrate some of the issues that I believe that we should be talking about, because it's one of those areas of my interest. Security is very important to me. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. This senator. I've got two senators. I'm going to show you their videos, but I want you to listen to this senator.
Proof of foreign support to save this nation. This is my position. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes. Our country is bleeding. People are in poverty. There's no food. People are hungry. Insecurity is threatening us. We cannot pretend. It's better we're not here. That's what I'm saying. Here people are dying.
The country is indeed bleeding, and the senator Adeyemi, they call Senator Smart, as they know him to be, is actually saying the truth. The country is bleeding. People are dying left, right, and center. There's certain deaths that normal human being must not die of. I was coming down when I was coming down to the office to come and do this program. A police car whips past me, with a siren, and then they pause in the middle of the road. When the police car does that with a siren blazing in the middle of the road, it means that there's danger ahead, and they're asking all the cars behind to stop. It's not like they were trying to stop me, of course. But all the cars slow down. We slow down, and then the police car door opened. And the policeman said I should wait. And when I looked ahead of me, there was a fox that had died in the middle of the road. But they don't want our car to smash the head of the fox. Not like Nigeria where people are hit, dead bodies are hit. People are hit on the road, and then they just park them on one side of the road, and people will be passing by. That means we don't value life. Like my sister Bikili said, in the 70s and up to early 80s, ordinary Nigerians were able to afford 3 square meal with minimum poverty. Also, there was harmony in religious faith, and that is the gospel truth. I grew up as a Muslim. I was going to church. We wear our clothes and go to church, to go and enjoy the festive, the music and the sound and everything. We were doing that. We didn't have all this crisis. All of a sudden, the country is overrun with crisis. Our leaders are so lazy. Our legislators are so lazy. They are just copying legislations from one country, not localizing it. Now they say, kill bandits. Don't care. Listen, bandits are a menace to us. But I don't support the fact of calling a bandit a terrorist in that definition. That's the reason why bandits are killing people. Armed robbers are killing people. Why don't you call armed robbers terrorists? No, you don't call them, because you created a name for them and you call them that name and you charge them under that name, and armed robbers can be sentenced to death. So why are we so lazy that our leaders cannot even come up with very good definitions, of what those crises are? Instead, they are playing politics with everything. You have people saying that terrorists going around saying that they must not arrest terrorists, and all those. It just baffles where you have a leader, someone that calls himself a leader, a Nigerian leader, you know, or a communication leader talking about terrorism and, you know, just saying that, you know, the Boko Haram is not a terrorist group. Let's listen to this minister, you know.
Zuwa ga jama'ar da suka buƙaci a yi tunatarwa akan wannan al'amari din. Babban abin da ya fara zuwa cikin tunani na zai iya yiwa na yi kuskuren tunani.
There's a translation at the bottom.
Shine ƴan uwa ahlus sunna da suka bukata shine mutanen Taliban da suka rayu a Afghanistan. Allah ya jarrabi ahlus sunna da dama a duniya da ƙaunarsu. Allah ya zayyana mutane da dama da ikon Allah mutunta.
In a nutshell, for those that can't speak Hausa, the man was more or less supporting Boko Haram, literally. But again, what happened? Nothing happened to him. Nothing happened to this guy. Nothing happened to this guy. That's what we're saying. When we are happy for things for people. If that happened in United Kingdom and a minister or a former minister says so, they will strip him of terror, they will strip him of his position. But not in Nigeria. In Nigeria, they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it, and they will always have an excuse for people like that. They will say, "Oh no, he was just that's speaking." We have, you know, we have a lot of things happening in Nigeria, and I am so ashamed. You know, sometimes when you see these things happening, you ask yourself, is this what our country has turned into? Now, let me show you Gumi, you know, just Sheikh Gumi talking about the bandits, because I think it's important.
Amma abin da nake so ku sani ya faɗi sunayen sojojin da suke wa'annan ba musulmai bane. Kun san soja akwai musulmi da wanda ba musulmi ba. Kun san haka ko? To wanda ba musulmin ciki ba domin ya haɗa faɗa su suke irin wannan kisa. To in kun zo ramawa.
I think it's important for balance. Because you see, I personally do not support Sunday Igboho, neither do I support Kanu. But the bottom line is, if these guys are saying almost similar things to this Sheikh Gumi, and Sheikh Gumi is not arrested, but those ones can be arrested, then it creates a double standard. It creates a double standard. And the reason why it creates double standard, because even our legislators do not know the difference between their left and right, with all due respect. Because no matter how emotional you might be, no matter what your position, what you feel, whether you feel terrorists are doing one thing right or they're not doing that, you should always abide by the law. So when you hear a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria speak in this manner, and I'll play a video for you, and he speaks in this manner, then you know we're in trouble in Nigeria. Listen to this.
That have been killing people recklessly. You don't have to waste time to kill them. And I'm sure some of you are of that. Then you start talking about human rights. Which right? What of the right of the people that were killed? Small children, women raped by these people. And then when the Nigerian army stands up to them, and then they kill our soldiers, ambush them, put AIDs or whatever to blow them off, and then now you start asking me question about their human rights. This is very, very unfortunate. I must say it. So what do you want the military to do? Not to do the fight? Not to have casualties in the course of the fight? Honestly, you know you are my friends, but I'm blunt. One of the major problems in this country is the press. I'm sure, I swear, you people are not helping. Instead of playing the angel, you play the devil. It doesn't help. It doesn't help us. Why don't you play the angel? We are fighting this war. I don't know whether you are from the Northwest, but you know how these people have made life. To me, if we can identify the bandits that have been killing people recklessly, you don't have to waste time to kill them.
So in other words, as far as the senator, distinguished senator is concerned, once you can identify somebody as a bandit, just kill them. There's no need to go to court. Just shoot them. Just shoot them. That is not the country we are building, and that's the reason, because of the kind of reckless discussion by people like this. It emboldens the police to kill ordinary people. We know how many Nigerians from the diaspora that have gone home, they have been shot by police officers because they ask them for money or ask them for things. They say, okay, maybe he's a bandit, just shoot him. You don't shoot people like that. If you even catch people in the act itself, if you catch people in the act, you take them to the authorities, they will be locked up, and they will be an example that we are not as barbaric as the bandits. Part of the concerns of some of those Fulanis, because some of them are Fulanis, are fighting because they felt you bombed them from the sky, you bombed their children, and they are not even involved in the bandit. They are just rearing their cattle in the thick forest. And because you just saw cattle, you just start bombing. That's not right. Go there and arrest them and say they should not be in the reserve, but not shoot them when they are not carrying weapons. Now, I don't support bandits. I can never support bandits. And I believe, in fact, they should be taken to court. They should be jailed. I believe a law should be created, but they are not terrorists because they can't be terrorists. For them to be terrorists, there are certain parameters they must meet. They must have their ideological. Most of these bandits are driven by money. They are not driven by an ideology. There might be some of them, but go after some of them, and have a name for them. Do they have flag? Do they have membership? Do they have things like that? No, these guys just gather themselves as bandits and say, okay, you come and join us. You come and join us. Let's come together and make some money out of this government. And then you want to brand them as terrorists. Since Nigeria has said, oh, we are banding bandits as terrorists, how many countries around the world, including United Kingdom, US, Canada, has actually, if you go and check, have actually said bandits in Nigeria are not terrorists. We're laughing stock. If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to tell your friends and our colleagues that I'm live right now. I'm live. I want you to tell them I'm live, and I want them to watch me. Leave a comment. Let me know. Like my sister said, no minister we would think about it. It's an unforgivable act. Whether you be a Christian or a Muslim, you come out and say, oh, white supremacists have a right to do what they want to do. That's why Trump is not forgiven by the political class in America, because he said something, or he made some political gesture that made people believe that he was supporting white extremists. You don't do that. And yet we have Nigerian politicians who are going about doing all kinds of things. That is not right. If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to tell your friends that I, Temitope Olodo, preventive terrorism consultant, author, and president of African Security, I'm live right now. Let's just take a 1-minute break. And when I come back, I'll be looking at what happened in 2020, what happened in 2021, and how those things will affect us in 2022.
My name is Temitope Olodo. We're looking at the issue of security across Africa. There is need for government to look at the issue of terrorism properly. I want you to write to me. Tell me what you think. Hello, my name is Temitope Olodunite. We're looking at the issue of security across Africa. There is need for government to look at the issue of terrorism properly. I want you to write to me. Tell me what you think we should be talking about so that we could deal with it.
Okay, so thank you and welcome back. My name is Temitope Olodo. As I said earlier, a preventive terrorism consultant, author, and president of African Security Forum. And today I want us to review, to look back, to let's reflect on some of the things that happened last year, 2021. So let's look at some of the things that happened 2021 and see how, what will be happening as we go forward. And at this point now, I want you to be asking me questions. I want you to send me questions. Just don't watch alone. Send me questions. Let's actively get involved in this conversation. If there's any security question you want to ask me. I'll try my best to answer those questions. Let's start looking at some of the issues that happened last year and start reflecting on how best government could have handled some of those issues and moving forward, what we think government should do, to improve relationship between, between Nigerians, among Nigerians. What can we do better? Let's watch this, and I think this will be quite interesting.
I just hear place spray blade in the front. Gunshots in front of my house. Papa, Sunday go come out. We are DSS, we are soldier, we are do this. So and now I peeped through in the window. I saw them with uniform, DSS uniform, and soldier, Nigerian army. So I was I was surprised that what is the problem? Because I never kill anybody, I never fight with anybody. What I'm doing is to fight for my people. Then all the rally I'm doing is a peaceful rally. So I fight for my family because all the Fulani bandits kill my family, rape them, kidnap them, take ransom from them. So that I know some government refuse to do the right thing for my family. That's why I come out to support my family to fight for our rights. So I was surprised.
So you were in the house this morning when they came?
Yeah.
So we saw blood on the ground. We saw that.
Yes, there was a two guy. There are two guys at the cave around 2 o'clock in the morning when shooting too much. So then he destroyed all my property, destroyed all my vehicle, all my houses, all the property I have. I have like a 2 million inside my wardrobe.
Timba yoku, timba fi parọ́, ó kèmí àti.
Allahu Akbar.
Ìgbà tí mo ń jagun lọ ní Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́. Tógun gbóná.
Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ tó lè lọ níta gbangba ni?
Tógun
Torí
gbóná.
ẹ̀yẹ tí ń wò iná báyìí wọ́n lé ní 1,000 yẹn.
Mo ń jagun lọ ní Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́ tí ogun gbóná. Kí ni mo sọ fún yàrá? Tí ogun gbóná. Wọ́n ń pè mí kan ní Akarabata ní Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́, àwọn ọmọ Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́ tí wọ́n program ó pè confam. Wọ́n ń pè mí kan ní AP. Wèrè kan wá dúró ń bẹ̀ orúgbá lórí. Àwọn Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́ wá sọ pé ó ń gbé ẹbọ bọ̀ nígboro Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́, ó wá fèsì Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́, ó ń rìn bọ̀. Ẹnìkan wá sọ pé bọ̀bọ̀ tí wọ́n fi ẹbọ yẹn rán ló ń gbé ẹbọ yẹn. Gbogbo Mọ̀dákẹ́kẹ́ bá rẹ̀ sí yìn ìbọn sí. Pàpà! Pàdàdàdà! Pópó! Pàpà! Wọ́n ní ẹ lọ gbé Sunday Igboho wá. Ní wọ́n bá gbé mi dé ọ̀kadà mọ́mọ́gùn. Má gbé ọ̀kadà mi dé gíìmù. Tí ń bọ́lẹ̀ lórí ọ̀kadà jìgà. Tí mo ń nẹbọ sí tàtà. Ọba. Mọ̀nà ilé ìjìra pé mo tún gbé súnmọ́ kàkà. Ọba. Mo tún ní ààrẹ pé Mbaya mo ne ati gbe sumo close close la wa ta. Mo ne mo yìnbọn sí mọ́síkò gbogbo èèyàn dúró dáwọ̀ bọ́ dúró ẹjọ́ lọ mú láàyè. Gbogbo ogun tó bá rí poni lónìí.
Tó tú Ọlọ́run.
Bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pé gbólóhùn. Wá mọ́ fọ̀ bọ́nú. Báwọn ya mi ń bọ̀
ẹ má pè lónìí.
Bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pé fá máa rìn lọ. Bí mo ṣe rìn lọ yẹn, àwọn ọmọ fẹ́ yìnbọn sí ìdènà tá. Mo fẹ́ pàdé bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn nígbà tí ń pàdé àṣewèrè.
Inna lillahi.
Tí ń bù tó ní hìn mọ́ wèrè.
Ẹni tẹ́ gbogbo yín ti yìnbọn sí látà.
Zombi ba mo dodo ayen wiri ngba ta tu agisa
Allahu akbar.
wiri en be mo degero la wiri gidi
Allahu akbar.
wa ba mi so gbogbo ogun ta de mora yi asolo nko fún wa
ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wí Ọlọ́run ní kullan yusibana illa ma kataba Allahu lana wa maulana wa ala Allah falyatawakkal mutawakkil. Ọlọ́run lé mi Ọlọ́run kullan yusibana illa ma kataba Allahu lana wa maulana. Ọlọ́run ní nǹkan kan ò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣẹ̀dá àfi t'Ọlọ́run bá kọ.
Wallahi mo tí mo ń bẹ tí mo lọ yẹ o wèrè yẹn ìbọn ọba àwa lọ mo mú láàyè dé nígbà tí mo wá mú gbogbo ara rí pé wèrè ni ẹ̀rọ Ọlọ́run bá mi mo wá délé mo wá jókòó pé Ọlọ́run tóbi lọ́ba o
ọba tó bò háyà
so gbogbo gbàdí mi gbogbo olóńdè mi tí mo dè mọ́ra yìí so Ọlọ́run ló ń dáàbò bò mí sá.
Now, that is Sunday Igboho. He's the commander-in-chief of the Yoruba nation. I had a lot of arguments with a lot of people on our platform. I have to say, now, let me be very, very clear because I don't mix my words. I'm not one of those people that hide my conversations or what I say. I have 100% support for Sunday Igboho's concerns. Let me put it that way, so that we're all on the same. We're all some of the concerns of Sunday Igboho are concerns that ordinary Nigerians have. People going into people's farm and killing them, and there is no redress for them, and that's why Sunday Igboho came up. However, I now disagree with Sunday Igboho on a lot of his utterances, because you can't actually say that you actually caught Sunday Igboho carry a gun and putting it on the head of a DSS or whatever. No, there is no video of such. It doesn't exist. But yet, some of his utterances were the things that actually led to him being arrested. And I said it on this program that Sunday Igboho will be arrested and he will be detained and nothing will happen. And we've seen now that Sunday Igboho is now in the Republic of Benin, where he's facing all kind of bottleneck political maneuvering, which is not good. Believe me, if you think that Sunday Igboho has a case to answer, bring him to Nigeria and deal with him. But I know that on most cases, they will not want to bring him to Nigeria. It's better where he is there, not causing too much stress. But this is not my political prophecy. If Sunday Igboho is not released before 2023, and we go into that election, there's going to be serious issues in Southwest Nigeria. A lot of people will be divided into two parts. There will be those people who are young people, hot-headed, who will disrupt that election one way or the other in order to show their grievances, and there are those people that will not even come up to vote. That will have a serious impact on the ruling class if they think they want to retain APC in Southwest Nigeria. That's for political prophecy. And mark my word, a deal will either be entered to try and get Sunday Igboho released, but for him not to say anything. Sunday Igboho is somebody I believe can be reasoned with, where they could have a conversation and say, you know what, you do have a right, and Yoruba wise, you have a discussion. Because all the things I said was that all these abusing Yoruba leaders was not necessary. You abuse them, they all kept quiet, and they were all saying, you know what, behind the scene, causing his downfall, literally. They were behind his downfall, whether we like it or not. So, I just like myself, I said, most of us agree with him. I agree with him, but I disagree with him. I came online almost every weekend to disagree with him. And I'll say to people, and people will come in behind and say, but you support this. I say, yeah, of course I support him, but I disagree with him. And people still do not understand. How could you support him and disagree with him? I say, of course, I support him because I believe some of the things he said is right, but I think the methodology and the method is adopting is wrong, because I don't believe in violence, and I don't believe in heating up the polity, because, as you know, my previous wife, my wife, was Hausa, and as an Hausa woman, she's lovely, her family are lovely. I cannot say that when you see our family in the south, going through the south, somebody should not pick them up, rape them, or kill them because they are northerners. No, I don't believe that. Neither do I believe most of my families are in the north. I don't want anybody to go and kill them because some people are having arguments with Sunday Igboho and the way he's behaving. So I believe there must be. You see, this marriage is, if it's a marriage of convenience, it's not compulsory that we have to stay in it. And that's why I disagree with the Nigerian state. We must be able to have a way in which we can do a referendum for people to say we want to be part of it or we don't want to be part of it. That's my personal opinion. And I support having a referendum and saying, and I also have made it clear to people behind the scene, and I know many people on this platform will confirm. I've said to them, I want the kind of conversation I want to hear from the Yoruba nation is to say, if you create a Yoruba state or if you create a region, or give regional autonomy, then the Yoruba nation can actually expand itself, increase itself, move at a greater speed than all the other bits. Maybe want to create a rail line, want to have sheep going more into the hinterland, and want to improve our education. We don't need to be dragged back by others, and that's my belief. So from that aspect, I support Sunday Igboho, and I have the farmland in Nigeria, and I don't think I'll be happy for anybody to carry their animals onto my farm and destroy whatever product is there. I will not be happy. So from that point of view, I support Sunday Igboho 100%, and I can say it anywhere. However, I do not support some of his rhetorics and those rhetorics that led to him to where he is now. But I will join other Nigerians to appeal to the Nigerian government to remove their invisible hand from its continuous punishment, because it's a breach of his human right. You see where I'm coming from? It's a breach of his human right to indirectly, diplomatically turn him into a scapegoat. Because what you are doing to him is an example for other countries to do to other Nigerians. And that is not good. Because if a Nigerian can be dealt with in that way in Benin Republic, a small country like that, to be dealt, bring it to Nigeria if you think that you have something against him that you can do. And if not, have a conversation with him and say, okay, what you are doing, we are not happy with it, even though we believe that you might have some grants or some issues of concern. We will address it politically. Let's deal with it politically. And then have him released so that we can have this 2023 election peacefully. Because if you don't do that, my political prophecy is that election in the Southwest will really be very, very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. There are some hothead in Southwest Nigeria who will disrupt some of the election, and that will give PDP an opportunity to reign successfully in that place. So APC, this is my political prophecy to you. If you don't do it, then you have yourself to blame come 2023. That's my view on that. So, do you have a question on Sunday Igboho that you want to ask me? Ask me. Tell me where you're watching me from. If you're watching me, from London, from UK, I could see people watching me from California. Thank you so much. I know the time difference. New York, thank you so much. Wherever you're watching me, let me know you're watching me, so that our other viewers will also know that you're watching us. Let me know. I've got another 20 minutes to go before we finish this program. Tell me where you're watching from. Let us know, and ask me your questions, and let's take it forward. So let's move to the next topic, because I want to be picking them topic by topic, because I feel there is need for us, to look at issues that are really affecting us in Nigeria. Let's look at let's look at Sunday Igboho's house. For example, one of the things they did in Sunday Igboho house is unspeakable. They destroyed brand new cars and all those things. And even when, just what?
Our federal government wọ́n ti ṣiṣẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣe. Ìwọ́n tó rí ẹ̀ burú bóun sọ wípé federal government wọ́n ń ṣẹ̀ta aráàlú ṣẹ́ ń rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní o. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́ ń wò nílẹ̀ yìí o. Wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn. Wọ́n sì wọ́n wọn lọ. Ṣẹ́ ń rí iṣẹ́ wọn ni wọ́n ti wá pè fógun báyìí o. Torí gbogbo èèyàn náà lè ti kò sí tí Ìgbòho ṣe fún wọn. Ẹ wò wọ́n pa èèyàn.
Okay, let me quickly answer the question my sister has put to me, which I did. I said, and I put it out so that all of you can see it. I start corrected to say that you said earlier that the situation area, this country is going to look possible. On what basis are you making this assessment? Thank you so much. Okay, yes, okay. So on what basis? I will tell you that, but you need to hold up because I have my basis. My basis are cynical. You might say it's cynical, but I actually have my basis. Like I said earlier, if, for example, Sunday Igboho is released, then you find out that there will be peace in Southwest Nigeria. Because there's a lot of people with grievances in Southwest Nigeria now who have gone on the ground. A lot of people are hiding because, you know, DSS is just ahead. If DSS can lose my phone, I don't have my system set up now. I've got it. It's going to be set up, Mr. John, for next week Sunday. Because of you in particular, we set up next week Sunday. Next week Saturday, I've got it. I don't actually have it set up. So please, apologies. There will be no phone call for today, but next week Saturday, the phone call system, I bought the system that will allow us to be able to take calls. I've actually bought the system. I have it. It's all going to be set up next week. So I do apologize. So, but there is going to be, you know, I just showed Sunday Igboho's house right now, and what was done there is carnage. You know, no Nigerian deserves to be killed that way. Yes, Mr. Femi is joining us, and I'm expecting him to join me live because he's supposed to join me live. He has the link. He's supposed to join me live for us to have this conversation. So I'm waiting for him to join me for the last few minutes that we have. Let's talk about the military. Before we talk about the military collaboration and our discussion with the police, let me bring in a discussion about what is happening in the Southeast, because I believe that we need to talk about the Southeast. Southeast is a very, very important aspect come 2023, you know. And let me start the Southeast, because the best way to start the Southeast is to actually, you know, talk about our brother in the Southeast, which is what's his name again now? Kanu. And the only way to talk about Southeast is to talk about him. So
we have cowards and spineless, lily-livered idiots as governors. They have given over our land to the Janjaweed to occupy in perpetuity. This very generation, this very IPOB will not tolerate it. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. We would rather all perish and die than to allow our land to be taken over by the Janjaweed. It cannot happen. This is a warning to all the governors who are conspiring due to one political consideration or the other to give our land to infidels and blood-sucking demons from the Sahel. It cannot happen. Not under our watch. It's not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow.
Now, that was the message from Nnamdi Kanu with all his military outfit and others. And where is he now? Again, like I said, he's there cooling off, you know, in a prison in Abuja. Now, we know what has happened since his arrest and what has happened. You know, hooligans have hijacked that situation. They've hijacked that situation. Thank you so much. I've been joined right now by Mr. Femi, you know, Arato Kunali, who is a specialist, a physical security specialist, a close protection expert, and he goes around the world, you know, giving advice on this. Thank you so much for joining me, sir. And Happy New Year to you.
Thank you
Happy
so much, bro.
2022. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year to you too.
You joined me at the right time, and I would like your views on this matter. I just showed the video of
I saw the whole thing.
Nnamdi Kanu, who was talking about declaring war and dealing with governors, and now it's cooling down. And I'm giving political prophecy for 2022 stroke 2023 to say that we need to find a way to manage these guys. I also have my sister is going to be joining us also, Olivia, Barrister Olivia. She's also joining us, so which is quite good. I would like a woman's perspective, but let me get your perspective on Nnamdi Kanu. One of the things I've said about Sunday Igboho before. Hello, thank you so much for joining us. Just hold on for a minute. Let me ask Mr. Femi, who is online. I just want to ask him a question, then I'll come to you. Mr. Femi, at the moment, Sunday Igboho, for example, is being held in Benin Republic. And I'm saying that Sunday Igboho had to be released, and there need to be a political solution to this issue, rather than this confrontation between the Yoruba nation and the federal government. Of course, the federal government will try to crush them, but come 2023, they need to find a solution to it, otherwise it will affect the Southwest in general. What is your view on that from a security perspective? Mr. Femi.
Thank you so much for having me, and let me say Happy New Year to everybody at home, and everybody in particular. I wish you all the best in this year. However, the situation is not changed yet, because I just left Nigeria towards the end of November. And from what I'm seeing right now, Temitope, I will be honest with you, I don't see a way forward if we don't come together as one body, as a community, and talk about peace. What we need in Nigeria today is peace talk. We do not need violence talk at all. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu messed up. On another side, Sunday Igboho messed up. But however, what they're actually fighting for is more like a right just cause. But the way and manner they went about it, yes, to some people they are right, to some people they are wrong. Obviously, if it's in a Western world, in another country, the government will react differently. The way and manner and approach they're going to react might be different. Yes, Nigeria is not an exception to all this, and they know what is right and what is wrong. But what I find so shocking is we take things to the extreme in Nigeria, and we try to, react emotionally more than, reacting, politically, or reacting in a time manner that, look, this is what we need, and this is how it's going to be. In my own view, I think by now the government should intervene to bring Sunday Igboho back to wherever he's come from, or perhaps allow him to go to Germany where he wants to go. That's his human rights. It's been breached already. His fundamental movement of freedom has been breached completely. So having Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic till now, up to date, is a stain to the image of Nigeria all over the country. And if we're not seeing anything about it, too bad. But to me, I would rather advise the government to just step in and get him out from there. Just like they did with Kanu. Kanu is cooling down, so a whole lot of issues will definitely be resolved. But come 2022, right now that we are in, if things are not resolved and we take it straight to the next election, whoever is coming in as the next president will have so much to deal with that they might not even make it comfortable for him. Just like Lagos State is not having fun with Sanwo-Olu. The same thing, the next governor might not probably have any fun, or the next president will not have any fun. And it's going to have a very dented image on the aspirants and everybody and businesses all over. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that analysis. Let me go to Barrister Olivia. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Let's look at it from women. Women seems to be getting the brunt of all the ongoing security challenges that we have in Nigeria at the moment. Women can't market. Women are the ones that actually hold the family together. They do their little sales of things, in the marketplace. They can't get money, they are the ones that are being raped. Most of the victims of kidnapping, adoption are women. what do you think for 2022? Do you think Nigeria is heading the right way? Do you think they are doing the right thing to resolve the challenges that we have
Yeah.
currently in
Thank
Nigeria?
you. Yeah, thank you, Mr.
In terms-
Olodo, and distinguished guests. Right. Are they doing the right thing? I'd listen to what my other colleague, Mr. Femi, had just said. He has just arrived from Nigeria. He's been on the ground. Now, I've not been to Nigeria recently, but I've been on the ground through social media. And it is sad that we are having this conversation in 2022. A conversation that we didn't have in 1999, a conversation we didn't have in 2010, but in 2022, where we expect Nigeria to have moved forward, empowering women to contribute to the economy, they are actually kidnapping them. We all know that our country is a patriarchal society. And you know that in the North, especially, there is this value placed on women, that women are good for nothing. They can't even be in education. So to get them out of schools, it's one of the things that the insurgents are doing so well. And unfortunately, the issue of gender-based violence, it's on the increase. I mean, if they are abducted, it's a woman. If there is an issue, it's a woman. You know, I mean, even the ones that are not kidnapped in the North, a lot, of course, I'm not saying they're not kidnapping men, they're kidnapping men, but women are being kidnapped in presence of their husbands and are being raped in the presence of their husbands. And so what do we need to do? The diaspora voice. Unfortunately, should I say our voice is not loud enough, or we need a particular structure where we could have a dialogue? And Mr. Temitope and other guests around, you are aware that recently Nigeria has made it very, they've made a rule that for you to use your passport or renew your passport, you've got to get a name. But here it is, we're going to get that name. Either you're a man or a woman. But guess what? We don't have a voice. We can't be part of not only just the voting, there is no way, there's no structure wherein our voice can actually influence and shape things. That voice is not there. We can come up on a lot of platforms and say a whole lot of things. But as the senators, the people that need to make, as the judiciary, the executive, are they going to implement those things? Are they dialoguing with us? No. But they are taking our money. And I think this is where we need to put the brake that, wait, you guys are taking our money. You want our taxes. You want all these things. But then we don't have a voice. We can't change nothing. So it's, some things are, how would I put it? Where the issue of gender-based violence, the issue of the insecurity, it's on the rise. And this morning I was talking to someone who said, oh, this person came with a whole lot of money to invest in Nigeria 2 years ago, but the person is back in US because they can no longer invest because of the insecurity problems, because of all the corruption basically that is going on around. They could no longer stay there. So you could find out that,
Okay. Let me ask you one question in 1 minute. Okay. Let me ask you one question in 1 minute, and then I'll go back to Mr. Femi. Mr. John has asked us a question. Why and which legal reason Sunday Igboho is still held in captive in the Republic of Benin? In your view, what is your view about Sunday Igboho being still held in the Republic of Benin?
Thank you. Sunday Igboho is held, as far as I'm concerned, against his human rights. There are allegations, but have those allegations been proved that he used a falsified document to enter into the Republic of Benin? So the issue is that if this is truly so, we need to know exactly what it is that is going, what he has done, and then let him have his voice back. Because, I mean, it's been over, I don't know, almost close to about 5 to 6 months. And if his mouth, I just believe it's a way to gag his mouth, because he was coming up with some strategies. I'm not saying those strategies could be much more civilized. Yeah, we can't compare UK to Nigeria. It's kangaroo justice. That is what Nigeria understand. They don't understand, why don't you reason like this? This is what they do in US. This is what they do in UK. I believe he's still aired against his will, and I wouldn't say that is not fair. But whatever it is that they found with him, let that one be properly investigated and let him have justice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Femi, let me ask you. Sunday Igboho is being held in the Republic of Benin. You know, do you believe there is a legal justification for him still being there up to now?
Well, as I've said before, there's no legal justification for him being there. But the law, if the law of the land says that using a falsified passport into our country is a crime, then it might be held under that act. However, using a falsified passport and seeking asylum there is never a crime. So the question is, why is he in their custody? As in, he's got no freedom of movement, he's got no freedom to express himself anyhow, he's got no freedom of anything. So we really don't know what exactly is going on. This is exactly where the UN, that is, if we have UN supporting and representing Africa now, needs to come in and say, you know what, guys, you're actually stepping out of the boundary. This is what the boundary says. This is what we go by it and go by the rules. But if they are not, that simply means everywhere is just, jungle and forest kangaroo like theirs over there.
Okay, let me be a devil's advocate because I'm just an anchor. In Nigeria, people are being arrested and held in detention until their case is being heard. And even Nigeria, which is a bigger country than Benin, some people are in prison for 3-4 years before their case is being held in court. So what if that is what is happening in Benin, where they don't have the resources to take him straight to court on time? Should we then say that, of course, it's wrong, but should we say that because that is happening, Nigeria actually has a hand in his detention? Or should we just say that maybe Benin Republic do not have the resources to take him to court on time? Because if he was in Nigeria detained,
don't get me wrong. Look, Temitope, don't get me wrong. Just like
I'm asking the question. So you
see, just like as I've said, I said before that in Africa, we have a system that doesn't really work as such. We're trying so hard to see how things can work, but it's not really working. Why? It's because of the way we just want to do things. But the only way things can actually work is by following the rules. And the rules are simple. The rules are well simplified. If we can send our children down to UK, to US, to other countries to go and study, and they cannot implement exactly what they've read so far back into the system in Nigeria, then what is the purpose of them coming out to read? Especially most of the hierarchy guys in the government, they have their children in law, in different things. They are all studying. So the question is this: once you graduate, why not replicate the same thing? Most of those in government presently, they've all been abroad, they visit abroad like anything, so they know the system. So the question is, why are they not making it work? This is the question I'm asking. So the same thing is applicable to all other all other African countries, and where Sunday is being here presently at the moment, which is under, they're from French, for a typical example. They follow the rules, even with terrorism and everything going on there. They follow the rules and they apply the rules to everything they do. So why can't they just do a simple rule and law and follow it? That is my key question right now, which I'm a little bit confused about. But having said that, let me quickly move down to what Bola said. Bola, you mentioned the idea that Nigeria is fully insecure. I would rather disagree with you. Nigeria is secure, but the problem is we do not have a proper security standard and policies to guide us security officers in the way and manner to stop. This is my biggest problem.
Okay. All right. Let me explain.
Okay, sorry. Before you say anything, I want to ask a final question.
The problem the rules and policies.
Okay. I want to ask a question, and that will be the last question I'm going to be asking before we go off for today. And the question is a very simple question. This is my political analysis, and I want you to tell me whether you agree with it or not for 2022. I believe the issue of Boko Haram and bandits will die down in 2022. Actually, we will not have much about we will not hear much about Boko Haram or bandits for one reason or the other. Before the election, everything will dial down so that it will seem as if we don't have that problem again. And then come 2023, after February, when the new president is sworn in, then everything will start again. I am confident that by middle this year, by June this year, the issue of Boko Haram and bandits will more or less be resolved in a magical way. We'll find out that there will be no more kidnapping, no more school raid, everything will die down, and then we'll have our election. And after our election, everything will crop again. Mr. Barrister Olivia, do you agree with that assumption?
I actually agree with that, because let me tell you, and I'll go back to what Femi had said about, he said there are no there's no issue of insecurity, or they are not being put into place. They are purposely not being put into place because some people are benefiting from it. The same way people are benefiting of not having electricity when our country can have electricity or can have water. Some people are making money out of this, insecurity issues. They don't want to put things in place. So because of that, Mr. Olodo, for 2023, in order for people to garner votes and create a false sense of security that things are no longer there, so that people can come out and vote, yes, it may actually stop. There may not be some sponsors or tell those people to pipe down or deal with them, or get law enforcement officers to deal with them ruthlessly the way they've not been done before, so that that party can roll in.
Okay, let me go to Mr. Femi. Are you as cynical as us also? Security has been to Nigeria. Do you honestly believe, just like I believe, that on 2022 by middle this year, it will look as if Nigeria has never had a problem before. Everything will go back to normal, and then they will return back to the situation, because Nigerian politicians, being who they are, will do what they do best. Do you believe that? And will Nigerians be convinced by that?
Tokwe, you and I both know. Bola, you and I both know. In UK, I just want to give you a very small story. If we're going for any meeting, you know it, I know it too. Neither do we say the Lord's Prayer, neither do we pray before or after. So we go straight to the point and we end it there, and we follow the rules and policies. In Nigeria, they start their program with prayers, they finish up with prayers. In between, they say rubbish and nonsense, and the whole thing fall apart again. What am I trying to say in essence is this: once we see the whole thing calm down, pastors and imams and everybody will claim praise or claim the glory that prayers are working. So that simply means the real pastors in Nigeria are the politicians. The real influencers in Nigeria are the politicians. They know the magical way, just like Temitope said, how to stop it. And once they stop it, they get their way, they get him back into power. Then the people that probably might have lose out or lost the election will ignite some sort of inconveniences back again. I'm not going to say violence, but they will ignite some sort of inconveniences, probably through road trips, schools, kidnap, and all the rest will happen again. But in view of all this, I believe a lot can be stopped, a lot can be put in place. If we have the willpower and the zeal to do it, yes, we can do it. Nigeria is bigger than just one single person. So for us having all these issues is not worth it. We can do it and we can make it happen. If Nigerians can come abroad there and make it, why can't we make it back home that we come from? That is my own point.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. And like I said, I was going to answer the question put forward by my sister, Bilikusu Savage. She asked that I stand corrected. You said earlier, and I just put a question there. Said I stand corrected. You said earlier that the situation in Nigeria this year is looking positive. On what basis are they looking positive? What I said, and which my two guests have more or less collaborated, is that things will return back. It will look like when there's going to be a big tsunami all the land, all the ocean will just drag in, and it will look as if we are saying as if God has just created a plain land that is peaceful, but we don't know what is behind it. I believe that if we are not careful, and we must not be played by politicians. Some of them are good. Some of the politicians are responsible for the kidnapping anyway. Some of them are responsible for the adoption. Some of them are responsible for the Fulani crisis. Some of them are responsible for the elders crisis. Some of them are responsible for Boko Haram. So we know that some of them are involved. If those people withdraw themselves from it, we know we're going to have a kind of a peaceful situation. But just like Mr. Femi said, we can make Nigeria better. We don't want a temporary stoppage. We want a permanent stoppage, and we want Nigerians, being Nigerians, to work together to make it work. And in response to Mr. Femi, who said earlier before he joined us that we need to talk about the current military, police, and private security collaboration, that is important. I'm personally of the view that Nigerians need to find a way to allow private security companies to carry arms, selected ones as a pilot scheme. And if that pilot scheme works for 3 years, after that 3 years, the situation should be reviewed, and then they should look at either continuing it or discontinuing it. But I think if private security companies are given opportunity to carry arms, that might create enough oxygen of individuals with weapons to face the terrorists, because we have too much white space, ungoverned space, and we don't have enough personnel to deal with it. That is my personal opinion. I also believe, in response to my brother, Mr. John, who also said which legal basis upon which is Sunday Igboho being kept in captive, according to the Benin Republic and reports we've had for the Benin Republic. I said he used the forged document, but just like my earlier speaker said, even if you use the forged document, it should not still be in detention until now. If you want to charge him. Of course, they said they've charged him. Let his case be quick and let's deal with it. But I said, let's us be the devil advocate and ask, is it that they have a problem with their legal process where it also dragged? Or is it that this particular one has the fingerprint of Nigeria in there to make it bad? So that is the situation. I'm going to give 1 minute each to Mr. Femi Aratokun and Barrister Olivia. Let me go with the ladies first. What is your last statement to Nigerians as we enter 2022 about safety and security, and what will be your advice to Nigerians in the diaspora?
Thank you. My advice as we enter into 2020, it's very difficult, because what's the essence of giving advice wherein people would not take that advice seriously? I believe we need a restructuring, and that restructuring has to be with in the state of security in the country. It's actually stopping a lot of people from investing, actually stopping people from returning home because of the fear of insecurity. Secondly, I believe the people that are doing Nigeria proud, they should actually be supported, because you find out that there are people that are inventing, in Africa, they're inventing different things. Some are inventing cars, they are coming up with apps, they are coming with a lot of things. They need to be supported to grow that economy, at least spending the time that we can have investment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me go to Mr. Femi Aratokun Ali. What is your view? What is your message to Nigerians as we are in 2022 now? What
message to my message to Nigeria is always very simple. For one, I believe things can work well, but the government is not really doing their best, and they are not being supportive as such. Should I say they are being supportive politically if you know someone and somebody knows someone to connect you, which is not meant to be so. However, I will keep on traveling back to Nigeria, which is my country, which is where I'm from, which is where I was born, to always deliver my security training at my best. I will do my best to support police officers. I will do my best to support the civil defense. I will equally support and do my best to support the military in terms of, soft skills and some other areas where community can equally engage with them freely without any form of abuses, and at the same time in how they can all work together collaboratively and gather intelligence to subdue and counter all this insecurity we have in the country. Because if we keep on having all these stuff going on right now, a lot of us abroad will not even make a step or make a move to come back home. But having said that, we back home, the private security firms this time around, please support your security guards in terms of training empowerment. This is the only way member of public can have serious rest of mind that yes, security is working. But if we don't have all this, security might not work and the country might not function very well come 2023. That is my take. For everyone at home, for every viewers, Happy New Year and God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My special thanks to all our viewers, from Australia, London, from those that are watching from France, my big auntie all the way from Ilorin, and other colleagues also watching from Ibadan and Australia and everywhere. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you, and thank you so much for all the messages you sent in. My name is Temitope Olodo. My special thanks to my brother, my friend, Mr. Femi Aratokun Ali, specialist, expert in the field of close protection. Special thanks also to my sister, my friend, Barrister Olivia, expert in human security and well known for traveled all over United Nations, spoken United Nations, House of Commons, and other places. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And we're going to do this again, same time. We're not going off. We're not going to go off. I've been off for 3 months. I'm back now. I'm back live. So we're not going to go off again. We're going to be live, and we're going to be doing this. And I thank you all for tuning in. And I hope you continue to tune in. 5 p.m. every Saturday, we'll be live here. That will be 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Please join us and let's do it. Until we meet again, enjoy this lovely music. And I hope to see you soon. God bless. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, then. Thank you. God bless you all.
They keep passing. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep passing. They use Allah, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep passing. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep passing. Salam alaikum, alaikum wassalami. Salam alaikum, say na based on but no be Muslim, it's not a Christian. Now we are there for Bible, make we kill ourselves. Salam alaikum, alaikum wa salami. Salam alaikum, say na based on we want. God no be Christian, it's not a Muslim. Now we are there for Quran, make we bomb ourselves. They come from Shah, they want on with terrorists. Come from Niger, they want on with terrorists. Every day by day, them are bombing our schools, killing our youth, say we know they happy. They use Allah, what could they keep people? Allah is great, they keep passing. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep passing. They use Allah, what could they keep people? Allah is great, they keep passing. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep passing. Prophet Muhammad is the road to Allah.